on the cord. I'm ready to go.
Gary, we got about 3 sound film assignments that I know of, beginning with the mayor. He is there now, setting up. You've got about 30 minutes. Call me when you're clear from there. Bill, you start at the courthouse. Call me by 9:30. I'd like to know what the grand jury's got on for today.
Yes, sir. See you later.
Here's Miller. Yeah, go ahead.
At any time, on any day, a big story may break, and KPRC newsmen will have to be there. But until that time, there is the routine, the everyday matters that must be recorded and reported. KPRC's City Hall correspondent Lee Tucker keeps abreast of city government affairs. Twice a week, he attends the mayor's news conferences.
Mayor, there aren't enough people interested in becoming policemen and firemen, and certainly the situation has reached serious proportions. For example, in some instances, fire stations have to operate short-handed. What can be done to encourage more people to become policemen and firemen?
Well, actually, I think we're going to have to broaden the area of our recruitment.
Not often exciting, usually confusing and complicated, city government needs the knowledge and experienced eye of a full-time observer. Lee Tucker, a native Houstonian and a KPRC newsman since undergraduate days at the University of Houston, more than meets the requirements.
And by broadening the base of our recruitment program to cover maybe a radius of 200 miles of Houston.
Harris County government activities are also watched closely by KPRC News. Reporter Bill Wood has that assignment.
Well, Carl, then you won't know about voter registration figures till later.
No, it'll take me a couple hours, Bill, to get those together. I'll have them in about 2 hours.
Well, I'll try to set up a sound crew for her a little later then.
Fine, I'll have them ready.
Thank you very much.
The courthouse beat is a big one. It includes county and district offices and the Harris County Sheriff's Office. Newsman Wood, a retired Air Force officer and former news director of a South Texas radio station, must stay in touch with the action, must take time to file periodic reports.
Newsroom, Steve Smith.
Got a little information from the courthouse.
Good, just a second. Let me get this piece of paper and the typewriter here. Handling communications with the men on the beats is only one of several jobs assigned to Assistant News Director Steve Smith. While helping to juggle schedules to meet the unexpected as well as the routine events of the day, Steve must gather and update information for the 5:45 afternoon radio newscast, a 15-minute summary of the day's news at home and abroad. Steve is a native Hoosier who really appreciates the warm Gulf Coast climate. Sending somebody down.
Newsroom, this is car 2 calling.
This KLB 666 in Houston. Go ahead, Unit 2.
On the police monitors, the dispatcher's saying something about a shootout over in the 4th Ward. Have you picked that up?
We got that, yes. What's your location?
I'm on Memorial, about 4 minutes away.
You look like you're the closest. There's at least one wounded there. I'd like to have some sound if you can get it. Call me if you need help. KLB 666 in Houston.
I'm on my way. 2's clear.
Gary James in Mobile Unit Number 2 is KPRC News roving reporter. James is in constant communication with the newsroom. A radio news director before he came to KPRC News, he combines his newfound film skills with his reporting ability.
Watch him start.
He's ready to cover any assignment with a variety of film and sound recording equipment. The shooting story is his 3rd assignment of the day. He will file radio reports on the action, then deliver his film to the station for processing. Newsman photographer Jack Long has only one assignment on this day. He is to report back to the newsroom with a complete film story on Buffalo Bayou and its condition. The photography is only the first step. He must then write that story, edit the processed film, record the narration, and have the complete package ready for inclusion in the evening television newscast. A veteran in the business, having worked in El Paso, an asset both to this news staff and to the television audience. It is the job of newscaster Larry Rasco to assemble the work of the other newsmen into a clear and comprehensive television news report twice each day.
And I'll check on that other fellow.
You gonna get his name?
Yeah.
Let me have your flashlight, Bill.
Thousands of feet of film exposed, covering the day's events, are processed in the KPRC laboratory, equipped to handle both color and black and white film.
This Texas flag really shows up in color.
This film must then be edited to conform to the news scripts and to the time allotted for each news show.
I'll be able to get 40 seconds out of this.
How was the bio today? Well, that's muddy. Heavy rains really fill it up. How'd you make out?
Okay, no problem.
Well, actually, we're not using any funds the controller hasn't certified. We took the amount of his certification. We reduced the amount of necessary expenditure as relayed by the controller to the council for sinking fund requirements, inasmuch as the earnings of the sinking fund, interest that has been received by the city, can be used for the current interest payments which are due.
Okay, Bob. We'll take the last answer and the question that goes with it.
All right, thanks.
The World at Large goes on the air in less than an hour, and some of the film for today's show still has not reached the processing lab.
One of tonight's scripts calls for an animated map showing locations of various events. This job falls to KPRC News special effects photographer and animator Antonio Cernuda, a refugee from Fidel Castro's Cuban regime. Tony's job must be done with delicate precision, but at the same time, he's in a race against the clock. KPRC News' night radio desk is covered